stop right there. Don't scroll, don't breathe too loudly, and definitely don't pretend your phone isn't heating up. Because what I'm about to drop might just short-circuit your charger and send the entire Braxton family tree into witness protection. Allegedly, supposedly, rumor has it straight from the messy streets of Internet University that Toni Braxton has officially kicked Towanda off the family show after a scandal so shocking, so disrespectful, so are you serious right now? That even the WE tv executives are clutching their pearls in slow motion. Yes, you heard that right. Towanda didn't just get scolded, benched, or gently escorted out, she was kicked out. Fully, dramatically, and unapologetically by Toni Unbreak My Heart. But don't touch my money Braxton herself. And what crime earned Towanda this reality TV death sentence? Oh, only the small matter of allegedly stealing $50,000 from Tamar. $50,000 from her own sister. Like she was running a bionegatina-free sale on betrayal. Who even thinks like that? Who wakes up and decides, you know what? Let me just raid Tamar's account like it's Cyber Monday. And by the way, yes, the internet is on fire. Yes, the bank receipts look like a crime scene. And yes, the Braxton group chat is reportedly shut down temporarily for spiritual reasons. And trust me, if you think this is wild, wait until you hear what leaked next. Towanda Braxton's scandal didn't erupt out of nowhere. It built slowly, like a storm gathering strength over years of quiet resentment, unspoken jealousy, and financial pressure simmering beneath the polished surface of the Braxton image. For the longest time, Towanda was seen as the calm sister, the one who kept her head down while Tamar grabbed the spotlight. Toni carried the legacy, Trina sank into personal chaos, and Evelyn kept everyone spiritually terrified. But according to whispered conversations, leaked bank memos, and insiders who suddenly remembered they had working eyes, Towanda was not as quiet as she appeared. Behind the scenes, she was allegedly poking around Tamar's financial accounts in ways that raised more red flags than a clearance sale at a failing department store. The story goes that Tamar noticed small irregularities months before the final explosion, but brushed them off because, in her world, drama happens every Tuesday. But the real shock came when a massive $50,000 withdrawal appeared, labeled with a vague note that simply read, reimbursement. Reimbursement for what became the million-dollar question. According to anonymous production assistants, this was the moment Tamar spiraled, screaming that her own family was stealing from her while Evelyn prayed loud enough to shake the wallpaper. But here's the twist that turned the scandal into a wildfire. Tamar wasn't the first to discover the suspicious activity. It was Toni Braxton, the unofficial CFO of the family and the queen of calm destruction. Toni reportedly received an automated bank alert tied to Tamar's account while reviewing her own finances. And when she saw the numbers, she allegedly froze the way only a woman who has survived bankruptcy and bad contracts can freeze. The disappointment, the fury, the exhaustion of dealing with family drama for decades all hit her at once. According to a staffer who swears they saw everything, Toni confronted Towanda with a level of quiet intensity that sucked the air out of the room. Towanda, caught off guard, allegedly tried to blame bank errors, system glitches, miscommunication, and even Tamar's own spending habits. But Toni, who has navigated record labels, lawsuits, and Birdman, wasn't buying a single word of it. The confrontation escalated quickly as more financial logs appeared, each pointing directly to Towanda's involvement. Rumors claim that Towanda eventually slipped and admitted she was only taking what she felt she was owed for emotional labor. A statement that nearly sent Tamar into orbit. With producers watching in horror and crew members whispering into their walkie-talkies, Toni made a decision no one expected. She allegedly walked onto the Braxton family values set during filming, looked directly at Towanda in front of the cast and crew, and delivered a calm but lethal verdict. You are off this. Those words reportedly shattered whatever unity the family had left. Evelyn supposedly walked out of the room. Tamar burst into tears. Trina hid behind her handbag. And the entire production shut down for the day. The silence that followed was heavier than any argument the sisters had endured before, marking the beginning of a scandal that would soon grow far beyond the Braxton household. The moment Towanda was removed from the set, the situation spiraled into an entirely new dimension of chaos that even the Braxton sisters, with all their history of drama, weren't prepared to handle. As soon as Toni walked away, the production team scrambled to figure out whether they were witnessing a temporary meltdown or the beginning of a full-scale family scandal that could destroy the entire show. Within hours, word began to leak from insiders who clearly valued gossip more than confidentiality. And suddenly the internet was ablaze with unverified screenshots, voice notes allegedly from crew members, and supposed bank statements that spread faster than the truth ever could. According to these so-called leaked files, Towanda had allegedly been tapping into Tamar's financial ecosystem for months, using small amounts at first to avoid suspicion, then escalating once she realized no immediate flags were being raised. People online began stitching together exaggerated timelines, comparing Towanda to fictional heist villains, and claiming she had a secret system of withdrawals hidden under layers of digital laundering. Commentators pretended to decode transaction numbers, while fans created conspiracy boards filled with arrows pointing at Towanda's questionable decisions over the years. Meanwhile, anonymous sources claiming to be friends of the family stepped forward with stories about Towanda's lifestyle, her shopping habits, overdue bills, and a growing list of expenses that apparently made her look far more financially unstable than anyone knew. One insider alleged that Towanda had developed a habit of overspending on luxury items she couldn't afford, and that this financial desperation may have pushed her to cross a line even Braxton drama considered unforgivable. Another claimed that the confrontation between Toni and Towanda was much louder off-camera, with Toni allegedly presenting printed logs of transactions and Towanda snapping back about being underappreciated, ignored, and overshadowed by her sisters. Fans quickly took sides, with one half insisting Towanda must have been framed because she had never been the villain before, and the other half declaring her guilty based entirely on Tamar's emotional reaction and Toni's long history of calling out nonsense. The situation gained so much attention that fake experts online began doing dramatic breakdowns, each pretending they had inside knowledge about the Braxtons' finances. People swore they saw Towanda shopping the same day the money disappeared. Others claimed Tamar was planning to press charges, and someone even insisted the family accountant had quit because of the scandal. As the noise grew louder, new supposed leaks surfaced, suggesting that the network executives had stepped in behind the scenes and demanded an urgent internal review of every cast member's contract, finances, and involvement in family conflicts. There were claims that producers were considering rewriting entire upcoming episodes to capitalize on the drama while simultaneously preparing legal statements in case Towanda tried to fight her removal. Through all of this, the biggest shock came when a circulated voice note, allegedly from a crew member, stated that Toni had discovered even more discrepancies in Tamar's accounts, suggesting that Towanda's withdrawal was only the beginning of a much bigger financial mystery. As the situation grew more complicated and the leaks multiplied, the atmosphere around the Braxton family tightened into a level of tension that felt almost cinematic, as if everyone involved knew something bigger was unfolding behind the scenes. While fans argued online, producers panicked quietly, and the network tried to contain the fallout. The real storm brewed inside the family itself. Tamar, who had initially been devastated and furious, reportedly shifted into full investigative mode, demanding every bank report, transaction log, an internal accounting note connected to her accounts over the last year. According to whispers online, the deeper Tamar looked, the more inconsistencies she found, pushing her toward the belief that Towanda's alleged $50,000 withdrawal might only be a small part of a larger web of financial irregularities. Rumors circulated claiming Tamar called multiple emergency family meetings to confront the issue, but each one ended in shouting, tears, walkouts. and accusations that someone was lying or withholding information. Reports even surfaced that Evelyn tried to mediate. But the moment she attempted to bring everyone together, the arguments escalated to the point where she allegedly left the room muttering that she was too old to endure another breakdown. Meanwhile, Toni was said to be quietly gathering documents of her own, piecing together information with the same calm precision that once helped her survive lawsuits, canceled tours, and public financial devastation. Insiders suggested that Toni's discovery of additional discrepancies was not only accurate, but serious enough to justify the internal panic behind closed doors. Network executives allegedly prepared crisis management teams, fearing the scandal could evolve into legal action that might drag the show into a messy public battle. There were whispers that lawyers began reviewing cast contracts to determine whether Towanda's actions, proven true, violated morality clauses or financial disclosure agreements. Some sources even claimed the network considered pausing production. Entirely until the dust settled, public reaction continued to intensify, with fan pages creating exaggerated theories, gossip accounts posting dramatic breakdowns, and commentary channels treating every new rumor as confirmed fact. The internet demanded statements from every Braxton sister, even those uninvolved. And when silence followed instead of clarity, the lack of information only fueled the fire. The most shocking twist came when one insider claimed Toni confronted Towanda privately, one last time, and informed her that if the financial investigation confirmed the irregularities, the consequences would extend far beyond the show. This revelation reportedly sent shockwaves through the family, turning the situation from a sibling dispute into something that could easily become a full legal conflict. By that point, the damage was done. Trust was shattered, alliances were broken, and the Braxton family, once known for their harmonies and sisterhood, found themselves standing on opposite sides of a silent, widening divide none of them seemed ready to cross. So now the question becomes, how does a family come back from something this deep, this explosive, this publicly humiliating? Do they let the investigation unfold in silence? Or does someone finally step forward and tell the truth before the situation grows into something none of them can control? Are we looking at a temporary fracture or the beginning of a permanent break in one of television's most famous families? And most importantly, what happens when the cameras turn back on and the world starts demanding answers the Braxtons may not be ready to give? Whatever comes next, one thing is certain: this story is far from over and the fallout has only begun. So if you want the next update, the next leak, the next twist that flips this narrative upside down, make sure you like this video, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe for more breaking truths as this drama continues to unravel piece by piece, piece by piece.